Well, I mean, might as well be called Pieces of Vanessa Kirby because, Jesus Christ, she carries this movie on her back. It's been a while since I've seen someone pull like a LeBron James and just put the team on her back, on his or her back. And yeah, this is probably one of those movies. So, Pieces of Woman is directed by um, pet peeve of mine. I hate mispronouncing names, so I'm not even going to try. And in a very simplistic way of explaining the movie, she loses a child, right? Boom, clean, done. That seems not clean and done, but you know what I'm saying. Vanessa Kirby's character, named Martha, gives birth, and then it just seemingly dies a few minutes later. And then the rest of the movie pretty much just follows her and Shia LaBeouf's character named Sean, and how it impacts them. You know the drill. Okay, so dear God, there's a reason why a lot of people, myself included, consider Vanessa Kirby the, I don't know, I guess front runner for Best Actress. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So stay with me. But yeah, as one could expect from a movie about losing a child at birth, this movie's a lot. This movie's a fucking lot. Not exactly something you want to watch when you're feeling really good and upbeat and happy. But yeah, it's a lot. And that's both kind of like the best thing about it and the worst thing. Okay, so as I'm sure most of you guys know, yeah, the movie in the beginning does have like a 22, 24 minute one take. And it is a one take. It's not like where they do some fancy editing and stitch shots together. It's an actual unbroken one take confirmed by the director. And it's pretty fucking amazing. It's a take of her going through labor and then giving birth. And it is exactly the kind of amazing acting that you think of when you think of something like that. I can't imagine doing that like that many times, or if someone messes up at like the 17th minute of a take, I might kill someone if I was the actor. But yeah, dear God. I mean, it's a great piece of, yes, acting, and also just like filmmaking and the camera work. I mean, that shit's hard because it's kind of moving around the house and a lot of different positions and people coming in. I'm kind of getting stressed out just thinking about it. And yeah, Vanessa Kirby is, I mean, what a presence, especially during those first 30 minutes of the movie. I mean, there's a reason she won Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival. I mean, she is coming for that Oscar nomination, baby. She wants gold, motherfucker. So yeah, the acting is the best part of the movie, and really the whole ensemble is great, especially Ellen Burstyn, who is another contender for supporting actress. She's great too. Really, the whole ensemble. No complaints. And the rest of the movie is filled with obviously a lot of, I don't know, I guess loud moments, like fighting and arguing. But there's also a lot of like internal conflict, and there's some moments of like stillness, which to me I always appreciate in a movie kind of like this. You would think they would just go ham it up with all the arguments, but no, there's some good scenes there where it's able to breathe and slow it down, because I mean that first 30 minutes you're not really breathing, so I appreciate that. So I'm hearing a lot of the negatives of the movie being that the rest of the movie doesn't hold up to the first 30 minutes, and yeah, I mean that is true, but like it's also kind of unfair, just because I mean the first 30 minutes, I mean they really pull off something amazing, and you're comparing 30 minutes to the rest of the hour and a half. Of course it's probably not going to hold up. I mean, bottom line, yeah, it does peak there, I guess. But that's kind of unfair. Don't get me wrong. The biggest negative for me is this movie is stuffed like a turkey, because holy shit, there's so much going on. There's obviously the grief of losing a child. There's conflicts with her and herself. There's conflicts with her and her husband, her and her mom. There's a trial going on. Does she want to even go through with the trial? What about Shia's character? What's he going through? His own internal struggles, his own conflicts. So yeah, there's just a lot, and sometimes it feels like the movie gets pretty unfocused and tries to, like, I don't know, balance it out, but it's it doesn't. It's okay. And because of that, I can see some people thinking that the movie drags a little bit. I wouldn't even really push back on that. Yeah. So I'm kind of conflicted because, like I said, the acting is great. I think the filmmaking behind it is great, and there's a lot of good moments sprinkled in, besides just the first 30 minutes. But it drags a little bit. It is very overstuffed, like I said. So kind of conflicted. So I watched it also with my girlfriend. We watched it together, and she was pretty much just like floored by it. It was very heavy for her. I mean, it was heavy for me, obviously, dear God, but it was like especially heavy for her, and she was like pretty shook. So, and kind of makes sense. She is a woman. I have confirmed that. So I mean, just to see a reaction like that from someone, um, bodes well. And it is true. I wasn't breathing for the first 30 minutes, so I don't even know how I'm like still alive right now. And I'll say this, since I'm kind of conflicted, it's been a few days since I watched it, and I'm still kind of thinking about it. That's a good sign. So, like I said, even though I'm still kind of conflicted about it, there's the acting is too good, the filmmaking is great, and there's enough moments sprinkled in here and there, of truly great moments. So I'll be nice and I'll give it 4 stars. Okay, so let's briefly touch on Oscars for this movie. Really not a contender outside of the acting. Picture, I just don't think it's good enough. But also, you always hear that the Academy is just a bunch of pussies. That's why they won't do horror movies that well. I think the movie will just make them a little too uncomfortable, and they probably won't watch it or like it that much. And fair enough. Even though I think the cinematography is great, literally no one is talking about the categories outside of acting. So regardless of what I think or what you think, it's probably just not going to happen. Actress, I'm going to do my Oscar predictions video maybe in the coming week or so. I'll record it later. She, to me, is still the front runner. She's still number one. If you're paying attention to the critic circles, you know that Frances McDormand is eating away at that shit. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. I can't see it. And I'm going to keep repeating this. And it's important to note that the critics groups and the Academy are two very different groups. They go for two very different things. Lupita Nyong'o for Us was eating away at those awards, and she didn't even get nominated. And I know that's for like a horror-ish genre movie. Don't matter. Ethan Hawke for First Reformed, eating away, didn't matter. So, I still think Vanessa Kirby is the number one. Viola Davis isn't doing enough. Carey Mulligan, I don't know. I mean, I guess she could be a sleeper, but she's not as secure for a nomination as Vanessa Kirby to me for some reason. And then, we're still kind of waiting on Malcolm and Marie, the question mark, and Billie Holiday as of when I'm recording this. Reaction should be out later today, actually, as when I'm recording this. So maybe we'll know about then. But yeah, she's still the number one for me. She's the one to beat. Unless I see otherwise on the big televised awards like the Globes or the SAG, whichever. And then you had Ellen Burstyn for supporting actress, who gives that quote, that Oscar clip moment, right, where she has a monologue. Think of Laura Dern, where she gave that monologue in Marriage Story, and then everyone's like, "Yep, that's the one." For Ellen Burstyn, at least for right now, I can't really say she's a contender. But as I made public on my last predictions video, I think she's a sleeper, and I think you need to watch out. That's all I'm saying. I just think you need to watch out. Not even saying she will, but her monologue is definitely more showy than like Laura Dern's monologue. So she's kind of like crying. She has a shaky voice. She's yelling. She's going back and forth with Vanessa Kirby. So stay tuned for that. That's a race we'll need to watch out for. But outside of that, that's really it for the Oscar chances. I like the movie. I do. Go watch it out on Netflix. But that'll be it for me. Thank you guys to all the new subscribers. I see you. Once again, I appreciate you. Okay. That'll be it. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.